Your mind never stops, does it? It replays, rewinds, reanalyzes. Every word, every look, every silence. You can't turn it off, and that terrifies you. You think if you stop thinking, everything will fall apart. But what if overthinking isn't protecting you? What if it's what's hurting you? Notice the texture of that fear. It has edges, patterns, a predictable rhythm that you can learn to read. You've built a world inside your head, a world of what-ifs. Every moment becomes a maze. You try to think your way out, but thinking is the very thing keeping you trapped. It's like quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. For example, you rehearse uncomfortable conversations until they feel heavier than they were in reality. And you know it in your bones. You call it being careful, being prepared. But the truth? It's fear wearing logic's mask. You overthink because you don't trust life to unfold without your control. You've mistaken anxiety for awareness. Imagine a child tapping at a locked door, convinced the answer lies behind 100 imagined keys, exhausted and still trying. And so you plan, you analyze, you rewrite the same sentence in your head 1,000 times, hoping to get it right, but there is no right, only now. The moment you keep skipping, because your mind is too loud to hear it. Try naming the worst-case scenario out loud. When you speak it, it often loses its power and becomes more manageable. Stop for a second, breathe, feel the chair under you, the air entering your lungs. You are here, not yesterday, not in that conversation replaying in your head, just here. Breathe with intention now. Count 4 in, hold 1, release 6. Feel your body slow while your mind races less. Every thought you chase is just your nervous system begging for safety. It's not about control, it's about peace. But peace can't enter a room filled with noise. So first you must notice the noise without judging it. This is not failure. It is an old survival habit trying to keep you safe. Treat it with gentle curiosity rather than punishment. When you overthink, you're trying to predict pain, to avoid disappointment before it arrives. But life doesn't work that way. The pain you're trying to prevent is already living rent-free in your mind. Notice a memory you replay often. Ask, what would happen if that moment simply passed without my intervention? The relief is quieter than you expect. The mind loves loops. It feeds on maybe. It whispers, what if you missed something? But that voice isn't wisdom. It's fear disguised as logic. It sounds like you, but it isn't you. Picture your thoughts as weather, clouds, wind, sometimes thunder. They shift. They do not define the sky. Sometimes overthinking isn't mental. It's emotional. Your brain replays moments because your heart never got closure. You're not thinking too much, you're feeling too little. Hold the sensation in your chest. Where is it sharp? Is it warm? Describe it to yourself as if explaining to a friend. Stop fighting your mind. Let it speak, but don't believe everything it says. Watch the thoughts pass, like cars on a road. You don't have to chase each one. Let one small action interrupt the loop. A step outside, a glass of cold water, a quick walk. Use the body to ground the mind. Beside this, I am not my thoughts. Say it again. Louder inside. Every thought is a cloud passing through the sky of your awareness. You are the sky, not the storm. Ask yourself, what would I tell a friend doing this? Give that same advice to yourself with tenderness and clarity. You've spent years overanalyzing instead of living. You think reflection equals growth. But growth happens when you move, not when you loop. Remind yourself often, uncertainty is an open door, not a falling floor. You can step through with curiosity rather than dread. Action births confidence. Rumination only breeds more doubt. Perfectionism hides under overthinking. You fear making the wrong choice, so you make none at all. But in the silence of indecision, your life quietly passes by. Write it down. Put the thought on paper. See it. The mind loses its fog when the thought becomes visible and less monstrous. The irony? Overthinking is your mind trying to feel safe, but safety is found in surrender. You can't think your way into calm. You have to trust your way there. Accept imperfection. The attempt to be flawless is a heavy coat you keep wearing in summer. It drains your energy slowly, but surely. You want certainty, but certainty is a cage. It keeps you from the magic of what could be. Real peace comes when you stop needing to know and start allowing to feel. Practice a small surrender. Choose something trivial and let the outcome be whatever it will be without rewinding it in your head. Pause. Close your eyes. Ask yourself, what am I actually afraid of? Sometimes the scariest part isn't the unknown, it's letting go of control. Feel your feet on the ground. Let the contact remind you that you exist outside the loop, solid, present, and breathing. Your overthinking mind is addicted to control because it never felt safe being still. Silence once meant danger, so now your brain fills every quiet moment with noise. Notice how many decisions you postpone for fear they might be wrong. Choose one now just to taste movement again. But healing starts when silence no longer feels like a threat, when stillness becomes a friend, when you realize that peace isn't something you earn, it's something you remember. Tell yourself, I can survive not knowing. I have survived uncertainty before, and I can do it again without catastrophe. You keep asking, how do I stop overthinking? But maybe it's not about stopping. Maybe it's about shifting from thinking to noticing, from analyzing to feeling. Visualize the release like opening a hand. See the clenched fist slowly relaxing and the tightness dissipating into air. Awareness is not control. It's compassion. Look at your thoughts with softness, not suspicion. They're not enemies. They're scared children knocking on your door, asking to be seen. Be patient with the process. Healing is iterative, not instant. Small, consistent changes add up into profound freedom. Forgive your mind. It was only trying to protect you. It just forgot how. Thank it, then guide it back home. When anxiety knocks, answer with an act of care. Make tea. Call someone. Do something loving for yourself and notice the change. Actions speak louder than internal monologue. You don't have to find peace by force. You just have to stop interrupting it. When you stop fighting your thoughts, they stop fighting you. Notice how thoughts insist on volume. Turn the volume down by focusing on one small, simple sensory detail nearby. Sometimes the answer isn't think less. It's feel more. Feel the fear. Feel the uncertainty. Let it move through you instead of holding it hostage in your head. Accept that control is limited. Focus on action you can take. Write a tiny plan, then allow uncertainty to fill the rest. Peace doesn't come when the mind is empty. It comes when the heart is open. Let the metaphor be simple. Your mind is a radio that can be retuned. You don't have to fix the station to change the song. Remember a time you felt calm without trying. Revisit that memory and hold it as evidence that stillness is possible. When you let go of control, something magical happens. Clarity rises from the quiet. The answers you chased start to find you. Keep this phrase ready. I am allowed to rest. Repeat it until your body stops arguing with the idea and starts complying. Small truths change the nervous system. Take one deep breath. This is what peace feels like, not the absence of thought, but the absence of resistance. Keep breathing. Keep noticing. Keep returning to the present moment until the storm passes. When anxiety softens, gratitude grows in the cracks. Overthinking ends where acceptance begins. You can't outthink your way into trust. You can only fall into it again and again. Practice curiosity. Ask your thoughts where they learn to be so loud. Understanding often dissolves what once felt threatening. Every time your mind spirals, whisper, I am safe. Say it until your body believes it. Because healing isn't about silencing the noise, it's about remembering the voice beneath it. Allow gratitude for small things, the warmth of sunlight, a cup, a laugh. Gratitude rebalances the nervous system slowly but surely. You are not broken for overthinking. You are just someone who learned to survive by staying alert. But now, you're safe enough to rest. Lean into tiny acts of courage. Say yes once, no once. Each choice rebuilds trust in yourself more than endless planning ever will. So breathe, let go. Let life unfold without your permission. The peace you've been chasing has always been waiting, beneath the noise, beneath the fear, inside you. Be patient. Be kind. Return to this steady center until it becomes your first language rather than your last resort.